Among the Ironborn there are warriors, and there are believers. But few are both as terrifying as Aeron Greyjoy. Brother of Balon Greyjoy, Euron Greyjoy, and Victarion Greyjoy, Aeron was not always the drowned priest the world came to fear. Once he was something very different. In his youth, Aeron was reckless, wild, and lost in drink. He lived like many Ironborn, seeking pleasure, violence, and escape. He laughed, fought, and drank without purpose, until the sea nearly took him. At some point in his life, Aeron drowned, and came back. Whether by chance or miracle, he was pulled from the water after death had already touched him. But the man who rose from the sea was not the same one who had fallen. Aeron believed he had been chosen, reborn, touched by the drowned god himself. From that moment forward, everything changed. He abandoned wine, abandoned weakness, abandoned the man he had been. He became a priest of the drowned god, dedicating his life to faith, ritual, and the old way. He dressed in damp robes, his hair always wet, his body hardened by cold seas and harsh winds. He baptized followers in saltwater, forcing them beneath the waves until they drowned, and then revived them. What is dead may never die, but rises again harder and stronger. To Aeron, this was not ritual, it was truth. During the reign of Balon Greyjoy, Aeron became one of the strongest voices pushing the Iron Islands back toward the old way, raiding, conquest, and rejection of mainland rule. He believed the Ironborn had grown weak, and that only through faith and iron could they reclaim their destiny. But everything changed when Balon died. The Iron Islands needed a new king, and Aeron would not allow just anyone to take that crown. He called for the Kingsmoot, an ancient and sacred tradition where captains and kings choose their ruler by voice and strength. Aeron believed the drowned god would guide the choice. He supported his brother Victarion, the warrior, but he underestimated another brother, Euron. When Euron Greyjoy returned, everything shifted. Euron did not speak like the Ironborn. He did not follow their rules. He spoke of dragons, conquest, and powers beyond the drowned god. To Aeron, Euron was not just a rival, he was an abomination, a blasphemer, a man touched not by the sea but by something darker. When Euron won the Kingsmoot, Aeron refused to accept it. He saw Euron as a threat not only to the Iron Islands but to the very faith of the drowned god. And Euron responded without mercy. Aeron was captured, imprisoned, broken. Euron subjected him to torment, both physical and psychological. He forced him to witness horrors, to confront visions, to endure a darkness that challenged even his unshakable faith. But Aeron did not break completely. Even in chains, even in pain, even facing a brother who seemed more demon than man, Aeron held on to one belief: the drowned god would prevail. His story becomes darker from this point, filled with visions, suffering, and a growing sense that something far greater and far more terrifying is coming. Because Aeron Damphair Greyjoy is not just a priest, he is a witness to the rise of something that may change the world. And if he is right, the sea will not be the only thing that drowns.